why. Hey. Chronics left and right, just so just a come left and right. Well, ooh yeah, boy. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior. Welcome the Rasta youths. I and I start recruit soldiers for Selassie army. Ay. Here comes trouble, here comes the danger. Welcome the Savior, welcome the Rasta youths. You're not for axes who at the general issue in a warning. Drop people in my ball, said them tired of mediocre. Evil I go fall when we tried in Ethiopia. Believing from down, cause them life not easy boat. Even Bantan said it's not an easy road. Operation occupy the motherland, calling all soldiers to kind each other along. From creation, he writing a job plan, but Chronics can't do it alone. So I'm recruiting soldiers coming from near and far. I choose executing Selassie I works and be Rastafari troops. And them say here comes trouble, here comes the danger, sent by the Savior. Welcome the Rasta youths. I'm gonna start with
Yes, what's up, wonderful people? Welcome to the Express Show Live. I do hope that you're doing wonderful on a fantastic Friday, being on the 18th day of the month of October, the year 2024. And actually, this is yet another wonderful episode where we connect and get to vibe and just get to also share with you some wonderful, fresh vibes. My name is Spikes. We also have the one and only Bree Flicky. We do hope that we shall have a wonderful show today. How are you doing, Bree?
Flicky vibes any day, anytime. It's your energetic girl, Bree Flicky. I'm feeling fantastic. This is my first podcast, by the way, and I'm feeling energetic. But the 18th is usually my special date.
Yeah.
18th is always, and I love it.
How so? Were you born on a 18th?
Yes, I was born on 18th.
Okay, then that's wonderful. And we are looking forward to having a fantastic show. We shall be connecting with everyone right here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. And the goal is really just to connect, keep you entertained and also informed on what is happening around your world from the 254 and also from everywhere else. Today, this is a day that so many people are not really, people thought that this particular day would not come when we would be talking about the impeachment of a deputy president who has just been in office for 176 days. How did you receive this particular? How did you ulipokeleaje hii?
Mimi ninataka niseme hivi. Vile Makanga amekufa dereva wake ako next. Dereva wake ako next.
That is what you say.
You cannot bring half. If it's a marriage, it is a marriage. Ikiisha, si ndio kila mtu anaenda separate. Si ati mtu mmoja anabaki kwa hiyo marriage, mwingine analeta mwingine.
It seems like this marriage unaondokea mmoja mwingine analeta mwingine. I don't know how it's working out, lakini for what I do know is that so many people didn't believe that kuna siku ambayo it's going to happen. People thought, there might be something, an intervention, or maybe the president might make a call, or he might just try strike a truce and just connect this, or bring strike or look for peace, broker for peace rather. Lakini venye mambo imekuwa it's
kidogo ni kimzungumkuti. For me, I think I actually expected whatever happened in his regime with Uhuru will happen the same thing, he'll have the way Uhuru had mercy on him and left him to do his part of the office. I thought also Ruto would have done the same deal. Hakutolewa in office in time. Sahi yeye ametoa makanga wake kwa office. Sasa kunaendaje?
That is for me what I did hear from people. Have heard people saying this and that. But I did hear someone who has worked with the president for a very, very long time. That happens to be Cyrus Jirongo, saying that you're talking about a man who really is not so forgiving. Someone that will keep things at heart. You would take things to heart. Some people might tell you things, and you might be involved with the people who do some things to you, and you sort of like look past that. We say, mambo, we can get past this.
Exactly. It's
but
human nature.
There's something else that I did hear from someone else. Now, this is Moses Kuria. Moses Kuria was saying that for me, it was actually an event on the weekend, last weekend. For me, nimeamua kubaki kwa happy, and happy alikuwa na refer to the bar and that other secular life as opposed to church, kwa sababu alisema mnaona venye watu wa kanisa wamefanya, mimi nimeamua hii side nibaki nikiwa mtu wa happy badala ya kwenda kwa ile side ya kanisa, kwa sababu mnaona ile mambo ya watu wa kanisa wanafanyiana.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Honestly, people in church, most of them, like 97%, you only find 3% of people who are legit. Naget, watu wa church wengi are hypocrites. Number 2, we have to understand that a church is also a hospital where people have their own problems. They've come for help. But then there are other people who put themselves as the holy, the holier than thou. Like whatever they are doing is correct. Even if they manipulate you to do wrong things, they are correct. But you who's not doing according to whatever they want, you are wrong. Which is so wrong. Honestly, kama wewe ni mtu wa church, acha kutufanya sisi wengine tunafeel ni kama wewe ndio Holy Spirit, sisi wengine ni wafungwa. Unaona, the way people like make people feel they are not the thing. It's not supposed to be like that, honestly.
What I have realized is that at the end of the day, they have said that these was irreconcilable differences. But what I do get to wonder is that people even right now, they do not know what happened between these two. Watu wanaweza sema walikosana, lakini ukiuliza any ordinary Kenyan, na nikuulize ni nini exactly the president and the deputy walikosania. Most people do not have an idea, and it's because they have decided to keep it like that. And marriages, people go to counseling, or yule therapist or a counselor ambaye anawafanyia counseling, and they are able to speak out their issues, maybe perhaps iron out their issues. The problem is, what I did here with people who might be in around the circles of these leaders, is that even when it comes to advice, even when it comes to, when you go to like a psychologist, a counselor, you're given advice as two individuals. After advice, for example, this is how you can get to mend out your issues. For these two individuals, ni watu ambao pia advice ni hard sana kuwapea advice.
They are not advised.
Ni wala watu
advisable.
Ni wala watu hawaambiliki hawasemezeki. So I'm thinking we might never know, was a problem with Ruto or was a problem with Gachagua. You might never know.
Yangu ni moja. Spike. Kwa Biblia imeandikwa unasamehe mtu mara ngapi?
777 times.
Exactly. So what's that big thing that Gachagua has done to Ruto that he cannot forgive him and work towards bringing a rapport? They started this together. Remember back in 2022, alimuunleash ni kama vile Kabi wa Jesus na Mili wa Jesus wameunleash third pregnancy. It's the same thing. Kabi and Millie, they always fight. But do you see them bringing it out here? No. Mnakaa chini kama bwana na bibi, mnaongea maneno, mnaelewana. Ama
that is how they do it. But then again, it seems like things would have not been mended, and that is why you do find that it might have been a bit difficult and complex for these two individuals sorting out the differences at the end of the day.
What do you mean they are not? It's not mendable.
For me, I do believe the problem is I have heard about how marriages work, and how marriages work is that there's a Bible verse which has been quoted by people. Wanasemanga when two get married, they become one. That is what it says. But the question is, which one do they become? Do they become, for example, now we do have two. Question. Now we do have Ruto and Rigathi. The two become one. So do they become more Ruto or do they become more? Now,
no, they become more Kenyan.
No. The thing is,
listen, in marriage, you become one in Christ.
I don't know whether it's in Christ, but the thing is, the understanding is wawili wakiunganishwa wanakuwa mmoja. But wanakuwa mgani? Kanisani. Wanakuwa mgani?
Wanakuwa mnakuanga one in Christ kwa sababu mmeunganishwa kanisani.
Now, what I do know is that in marriages and in relationships, there has to be compromises. You have to compromise.
Of course.
But then again, at the end of the day, ukiangalia for these two individuals, kuna yule ambaye anasema pana, my ego cannot allow me to compromise.
There's nothing like ego when it comes to a relationship.
Now, for this one, from where I do stand, kulingana na venye nimeangalia the whole situation, you have realized that throughout the whole impeachment process, Ruto has said nothing about this impeachment. You would even assume he's not even in the same nation where the impeachment is not happening.
Kitu mimi imenishtua. After he just last 24 hours, he's already come up with who he wants.
That was the plan. That was the original plan.
No. Like if you haven't spoken when your person was being challenged on the whole impeachment deal, but now you are here outright saying you want someone else to sit on that seat. How sure are we that those two will correspond?
That was the original plan. Not that those two. That was the original plan. Walikuwa wanataka wamuondoe very very fast, rapidly tap, and then replace them immediately. I think even today Parliament is supposed to be meeting today for a special sitting, and there might. I'm not sure whether the name will be actually brought in today. The name will be brought in.
The name has already been brought in.
I know it's Kithure Kindiki, but I'm not sure whether they will be discussing to just pass it. I'm not sure, but we'll be looking into that and just seeing how it goes. But guys, let us know what you feel about this whole matter of the impeachment. We would really love to hear from you guys and know what your thoughts are, because at the end of the day, you are Kenyan, we are Kenyan. And I would just want to see our nation getting forward better. But according to the way things are, when I was coming into town today, I thought it was actually a holiday. There was that feeling of today was different. Today was different. Today was like a Shagwa day. It was just a very very different vibe. See vile unapatanga ati kuna jam kila mahali. Today people are very very cautious of how they were actually going out to work and things like that. It was a very sober mood kind of. And it was like
something has happened.
Yeah, something has happened. It was like flags are being flown at half mast. That was the kind of a feeling I was feeling. But nonetheless, guys, let us know how you feel about that whole issue of the impeachment, how it was done. For me, I would believe it was done very very quickly and in a manner that has never been seen before. And therefore that shows there was a malice behind it. Was not just an ordinary, it was very very much planned. Gazetted very very quickly, and the way it was moved, of course you can tell things were not done in a proper and a right way. The problem is right now, if there has already been a gazette notice of the impeachment of a deputy president and the city is vacant, what happens is that even if Gachagua goes to court, say atenda to the Supreme Court or whatever court, ataenda kwa koti, unaenda kwa koti already when you are outside, time already ushatolewa, and kurudisha it's very very difficult when someone else has already been put there.
Been vetted.
It's like saying that the train has already left the station, which is the problem that is going on right now. Hata kama ataenda kwa koti na by the way, the impeachment wasn't very very done in a right way. But then again, already shut a lot. It's like the way the removal of the governor Mike Sonko was done.
Yeah,
it was done very very quickly, chap, and ikapewa to the Nairobi Metropolitan very very quickly, and things were not done really in the rightful step. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for being with us on the show. We move on fast forward to another different matter of something else.
Have you heard about the new story that is trending? Nikuulize swali moja. Will you call your partner nani? Like, I'm in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
We have been called forward to talk about something, maybe how we met, how our relationship
if you're bitter, you
on.
would call them nani. If you're bitter and you guys are not seeing eye to eye, there's a possibility you might call them nani. You might not even be in a mood to say their names.
That is so wrong.
But you guys already mshakosana and
hamuoni like kama mmekusana, mbona mnakuja kwa hiyo interview?
I think for me it might be clout. There are two things. It might be clout,
of course,
or it might be that you guys already mlikosana and at your level you don't feel like hauoni hiyo like hiyo umuhimu ya kushinda like ati unamuita like Wavinya or unamuita like blah blah blah, you feel like mtu by then imechoka sana na hata sina hiyo time.
That is so one for me, it's so disrespectful. Because yes, we are maybe chasing this clout, but we are chasing this clout together. Okay? We have come to this interview together. There's no way you can refer to me as Nani. Then another thing, how can you tell me that you've been in a relationship with someone for 3 months and you're already married? How? It doesn't even work.
It might actually not be, when it comes to 3 months, I would say something I have heard from people, that there are people who met and started dating in a very, very short time and maybe perhaps got married. Now, let me finish my part of how I was explaining it. And those people, and there's also another, that's one couple. And then there's another couple who's met where they were still in high school, dated for like 6 years, and then married. And then the couple that met for like 6 months and married, they lasted longer than the couple that had been dating for like 6 years. Yes, there is that particular possibility that the stability of a marriage is not really dependent on like you guys were dating for 10 years and you might date for 10 years and get married and then this and imeisha after like 1 year or imeisha after like 6 months, and you might know each other for like 6 months and then start dating for a while and then you guys last longer. That is there are different scenarios in as a work either way, because there is no one fix for all marriages in our king in different ways.
I understand, but then you just met this person, you didn't know this person before, you haven't even learned their characteristics, their mannerism, how they react to deals, how they even talk to other people, how they refer to you even when you are mad, like on this instance of Khalif and Wavinya. I don't feel it was right like to rush that much, because umerush umefika 3 months na umse ashakuoa na bado anakuita nani aje, like how even
what I do see is that we might not know the background, the whole backstory. For sometimes people cook up situations, ni kivumbi as Kenyans are now getting used to. Unapata kivumbi ni mingi imepangiwa, you think these guys wamekosana, like you've had like beefs zimetengenezwa kwa industry, unasikia I don't know, Willy Paul ameambia sijui nani what but at the end of the day jioni wameenda wamekula nyama, they wame hang out, and then on the news asubuhi umesikia venye Willy Paul ameambiwa na nani fulani, it's very bad, amemkosea heshima. They are looking for clout, they're trying to promote a new album. Most of the times unapatanga like mkimaliza kuangalia story then an album drops pop.
So now Willy Paul now has a new question album. Sawa, this clout, sikatai clout chasing is okay if you have a mandate that is like kama hiyo ya ku release ngoma ama maybe you are having a big deal,
you want to promote a new like Bonfire ama whomever they promote
exactly
things
like, you can bring out that clout, but there's this deal of in marriage.
Do you know if it's a genuine show? Do you know if it's a genuine show? Because nimeona kivumbi mob until I question everything. Is this thing I'm looking at genuine? Hii ni story imepangwa behind the behind the tent.
It just looks like
it's actually genuine. Let me tell you something. I have had even phone calls on radio stations, and then all these things are setups. Acha nataka nipigie like some shows I will not mention. Nataka niongee na sijui mama mkwe, sijui nimwambie pole tulifanya. Those things are scripted. So time unakam kuniambia then alafu nasikia what can our callers tell us about what advice will our callers give this lady ambaye ametukana na mama mkwe sijui nani, and then people, there is a whole lot of draining emotions and draining people's energy simply by creating situations, stories, kivumbi, and people want sympathy from kivumbi ambayo imetengenezwa and is just for the show. But nonetheless, I would not speak really much into it. What I've been seeing going on social media is Cairo, Mr. Wang, and Miss Wavinya. And Mr. Wang, they say to have had a wonderful time at Karen Giraffe Park. They woke up to a wonderful breakfast in Nini. A whole lot of things going on. For me, I do not really give so much energy and attention to these things because sometimes I ask about the authenticity of these things. Hey, Mr. Wong, Wavinya, all these publicity and photo shoots and fake press conferences. What is the whole story behind it? I know they are pushing brands. You know, these days people want numbers. They want to push the brands. But nonetheless,
at least una push brands,
yeah.
Have some decorum, have some respect. Even if you feel maybe udem ako chini yangu in some type of way, of course you have to have a decorum. Musimuite nani. She has a name. She has a name. Like I'm working with you right now, right? No, hata kama ni soap opera, have that decorum. Unaona? Alafu even the girl became shocked when Caliph said ati we are married. Mse alikuwa nadhani maybe wana date. Wewe una pull up na ni kama sasa hivi pull up na mimi ndio mtu wako.
We are married.
How even?
Maybe walienda kwa attorney general and they both
you just need
to go to the attorney general. You just need to go to the attorney general with our witnesses. With the witnesses, you have to have your witness. I have to have my witness.
Then we
go, and then we go sign the document, because that is the whole process of how you go about a marriage. It's a civil marriage, you see. But
point is mlienda kwa attorney general. Sawa, mlienda. But mimi uniambie kama sasa useme ati tuko married, sintashtuka juu.
Then you pull up the certificate, see you sign.
There's nothing.
Si lazima ukume sign certificate na nime sign certificate.
Hawaja sign anything.
Then if you haven't signed, then that's just a marriage mdomo. But anyhow, guys, this is the Express Show Live. I do see you Q-Cent official. You're saying streaming. Thank you so much. It's always a delight. Today we do have a Bree Flicky. And you can also mention your handles. Pale watu wanaweza kupata on your handles.
Unaweza nipata Instagram na TikTok na YouTube. I'm a digital creator at Bree Flicky. Yeah.
And then that's what's up. And she also does a whole lot of MCing and hostessing. You can tell us about that.
Yes, I'm currently doing advertising in terms of brand endorsements, hostess and gigs, MC gigs. That is, I do a lot of MCing for your events, for your birthdays. If you have a marriage coming up, a Rura show coming up, a Chade coming up, call me. I'm going to bring the vibes to your party. And don't forget, if you have a small business that you feel you want to take it to the next level, you can also advertise with me at Bree Flicky. Hit me up. We're going to talk at a very good price.
Okay, that's our WhatsApp, guys. Make sure you reach out to her via social media, Bree Flicky. And you can also find her, I guess, on email, which I think we shall share as we proceed.
Yeah.
But right now, this is the Express Show Live, and I will just play the exam at the start of this one. That was Here Comes Trouble.
Here Comes the Danger.
By Chronics. So, briefly, we are getting to a level, we are getting to a point where now this is October, almost October 20th. And there are 3 events happening, or there are 3 events that I've seen that I've seen will be happening on Mashujaa Day. And one of it will be by the president, of course. Another one will be by Eric Omondi, and the third one will be in Narok by Morara Kebasol. That is what he has also said. Yeah, he will also be holding his own kind of a show.
Kebaso rudishia watu pesa yao. First, Kebaso, please return people's money. You say you're going to refund their money? Refund their money.
Hakuna refund, I can tell you that for free. But what is happening is that Eric Omoni is also holding one, which will be held in Uhuru Park, I understand.
Yeah.
Which will be for commemorating the lives of those people that were lost through the Gen Z protest, the demonstrations.
Yeah.
And for me, I would say it's actually a good thing, because it seems like this country, Kenya, forgets very, very quick. Vitu zinasonga very, very fast. Watu wanasema oka kalikila minanda haraka sana. Kalikila minanda haraka sana. Syllabus imekimbia sana. So, people seem to have forgotten about the people that were killed during the Gen Z protest.
True.
Others were abducted. Others went through different situations. And it seems like Kenyans want to move very fast, quick past this situation. Hii ni kama imesaulika, ulikuwa mambo ya kitambo. No, haikuwa mambo ya kitambo. Those families,
the deal is with Kenyans is that if it does not affect them or their families, it does not.
It does not really. That is a problem I think we're having as a country. But nonetheless, I think it's a good thing that Eric Omondi will be organizing that particular event as well. And I would love to see people also turn up. I think his event is on a Sunday. I'm not sure, or on Saturday, for sure. But tomorrow, actually, it's on a Sunday. His event on a Sunday. So his event will also be happening. And I would love to see also how people turn up to that particular event.
And guess what? we have a long weekend coming. So where are you pulling up, my guy? Where are you pulling up between the 3 events? Where are you pulling up? Tunaanza sherehe leo. Kesho ni Saturday. Sunday ni public holiday. Meaning Monday is a public holiday.
So it's going to be a very, very long one. And I don't know. Apart from that, we do have like the event season coming up as well, November and December. So for Bree, what are some of the events that you're looking forward to, maybe in December or in November, ambazo you feel that zitakuwa na uzito?
Currently, actually, I'm working on an event with Jifiche Grill. But if you are in Thika Road, hapo Risambu, Lumumba Drive, there's a place that is really nice, has very quality ambience, nyama choma kwa wingi, drinks kwa wingi, vibes kwa wingi. Pale Jifiche Grill will be having a very awesome party on 2nd of November. Make sure you pull up.
Pull up and have those wonderful vibes catch up with Bree Flicky Entertainment, and that will actually be a good one. Nonetheless, we are winding up on this particular episode of the podcast, and we want to thank everyone for just tuning in, catching up with us, and just also getting to vibe with us. Like Bree said, you can follow her on all her social medias, Bree Flicky, and that is on social Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter,
and YouTube,
and all those platforms. So make sure you subscribe, follow, share, and it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful vibe. For me, it's your homeboy Sprite signing out. Until next time, I want to wish you a happy and a productive rest of the
long
day
weekend.
And a very, very long weekend. So make sure you're staying safe. Make sure that you all also looking out for your brothers and your sisters in whatever endeavor that you actually are up to this particular weekend. For now, I want to actually say kwaheri.